Hi everybody, and welcome to the Tree of Life, Astrology and Tarot. My name is Debbie Cassidy, and I'm here to give you your forecast for the week beginning February 20th through the 26th. Now I hope all of you had a fabulous week last week as the energies led to lots of socializing, love, passion for Valentine's Day, just some really good energies. And now we are in, well, a big storm is getting ready to brew this coming week. And that's all based on our solar eclipse in Pisces. This is our second solar eclipse this month, and they normally come in pairs. We had our lunar eclipse just a couple of weeks ago in February, and now we're getting ready to move into our solar eclipse in Pisces. So, this new moon is happening in the last sign of the Zodiac. So this may give you a sense of finality, endings, and new beginnings. And this is happening all at once. So the best advice I can give you with these mixed up energies that we're getting ready to run into this week is just try and be yourself and just let it be. Just be this week. I would like to say, kind of like sitting on the outskirts and being the observer of what's going to be happening this coming week. And there's quite a lot happening. And it will all start as of tomorrow on Monday. So a positive aspect, very positive aspect that is happening this week is our lovely communication planet of Mercury. It is in a beautiful trine with Jupiter and Pluto. So take advantage of this trine this week. This is going to last all week, right on up until Friday. And these aspects are just fabulous for communication, business, signing contracts. Mercury rules all those areas, anything having to do with communication, travel, anything to do with the internet. Hopefully this will come across really well since we're in this lovely Mercury trine. But take full advantage of that. If you have negotiations, papers to sign, that sort of thing, this is a perfect time during this week to get those things accomplished and actually have them come out smoothly. Now, this eclipse, this is just a neat little piece of trivia for you. But this eclipse happens at exactly 8 degrees of Pisces. This is very, very potent. 8 is a number of leadership, abundance, and eternal life. It's the number of eternity. It's the only number where you can put your pen on a piece of paper and create an 8 and never have your pen leave the paper. Okay? It's all about eternity, eternal. We are also in the year of 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. It is also happening on the day of the 26th. 2 plus 6 equals 8. So there's a huge emphasis on the number 8. Triple 8s are being activated this coming week. And this is all about self-empowerment and creating our own destiny. So this Pisces solar eclipse is allowing you to let go, surrender, and no longer feel victimized. You can decide if you're going to make lemonade out of those lemons that you are currently experiencing or not. Whatever is happening to you, it's all in your perception and how you perceive what is happening to you. So this week is giving you that perfect opportunity to be able to move towards the positives, learn your lessons from these lemons that have been given to you, or these types of energies just keep coming back. They'll keep coming back to you over and over again until you've learned your lesson and you're able to move forward. A little bit about karma right there. So, create your own reality this week. Create your own destiny and remain positive, and you will find that these things will easily come back to you. And there's no perfect time to start doing this than during this solar eclipse this coming week. So we're going to have 5 planets again in Pisces. We've got the Sun, the Moon, Chiron, the Wounded Healer, Neptune, and Mercury. Whew, that's a lot. And the Sun is actually our star. But this is extremely powerful. It's very powerful, which is why you may be hearing all this hoopla about this solar eclipse that's coming up. So there's a huge emphasis on the spiritual, the divine, God, creativity, compassion, and being forgiving of others. Being we're in Pisces, this is going to be an extremely intuitive week as well coming up. So this is going to deepen your perceptions and restore your faith. Who you are as a human being is going to be a major awakening moment. You may feel a major awakening moment this coming week, and that's always a good thing when it comes to our spirituality. So focus on your dreams and what you want to manifest in your life. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want this week. The day before and the day after the eclipse, take full advantage of these energies, especially a few hours before and a few hours after. Meditate, get your rest, and surrender to what you can't control, and have faith that the universe will bring you what you want in life. This is so Piscean, very Piscean. This energy is going to catapult you into a new life, new beginnings. It's very important this week. Can't emphasize that enough, to focus on your dreams. Now, with all that in mind, we also have another very powerful transit, a T-square, that is also coming up at this same time of the solar eclipse. What a coinkydink. And I actually don't believe in coinkydinks or coincidences. This is divinely planned. So let's take advantage of this. So this T-square, very powerful transit. We've got Mars conjunct Uranus in Aries. Okay, so Mars is all about taking action, very excitement, trying to move things forward, very impulsive. And then we have Uranus, who's the awakener, the disruptor, the unexpected. And this is all happening in a very fiery sign of Aries. So you have Mars moving over Uranus this coming week. This can be very explosive, unexpected events about to happen. And it's not necessarily bad, but, prepare yourself. Just like I said in my last video, it's always best to be forewarned and forearmed. So, Mars is a very fiery, activating type of planet, and Uranus, your awakener, the unexpected. Working together to want to force you to do things, make impulsive action. And all I can say is be very, very careful during these transits not to jump into something without at least giving it some thought. I would say at least 24 hours worth of thought before you decide to take any unnecessary huge risks this coming week. Take it slow. Just take it slow. Now, this is all happening at 21 degrees in Aries, and 21 means getting to the truth. This is something you hear me say almost every single time I do this. So we are also in the 21st century. So 21 is very powerful for getting down to your own personal truth and hearing the truth from others. This is so self-empowering. You are going to be wearing your superhero cape this week, so fly with it. You're just going to have to fly with these energies. This T-square, Mars conjunct Uranus, are also opposite Jupiter, the expander. And it's in opposition to Pluto. It's the transformer. It's what wants to tear down the old. So you got Mars, activates and moves things forward. You've got Uranus, the awakener, and shakes things up, brings in the unexpected. Jupiter, which expands everything it touches, and Pluto, which transforms and tears down the old so that we can allow in the new. Whew, that's pretty powerful. So take time before you act this week. Slow down on your impulses, so especially as we start to move through this transit, and you will find that in some respect this week, something is going to set you free. Best way to look at this. So you can energize the positive in your life and release the negative. This will propel you forward to realizing your deepest desires and dreams in your life. So very, very, very powerful. Now, I've been dabbling around in mundane astrology. Mundane astrology covers worldwide events. And I thought it was necessary to bring up a few of these predictions. This is just kind of an experiment for me, and you guys can follow along with me, and we'll just sit back and see what happens. Now, With eclipses in Pisces, and don't forget we've also got Neptune sitting in Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, so there is a whole lot of water energy going on this week and probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks while we remain in Pisces. So this can produce unprecedented activity behind the scenes, and I'm talking about this T-square as well as this solar eclipse that's getting ready to come up this week. So lots of unprecedented activity behind the scenes. Basically, things that we don't see coming, okay? Pisces is all about our other world, our higher mind, what's going on in our subconscious, things we cannot see. So with this T-square and all this fiery activity and unexpectedness happening, this can also involve unexpected terrorist attacks, especially involving transportation of some kind, being we have Mercury thrown in there this week. We could have accidents at sea. This could mean floods, massive rain, tsunamis, anything having to do with water. And Pisces can also rule over earthquakes. Earthquakes may not be as severe as what you may see in a Taurus-Scorpio type of situation, being we've got Earth in there with Taurus, but there's still that possibility. And if nothing else, we could see a major earthquake that creates a tsunami. Either way, these energies are getting so intense and so tight during this solar eclipse, we may see some unexpected events. Now, this particular eclipse is going over the southern hemisphere of the Earth, and where it's going to be located exactly is during the southern tip of South America, across the ocean towards the southern tip of Africa. So watch these two areas. I pulled up Chile's chart, and it may be mostly felt in South America. Now, I really hope this doesn't come true, that sort of thing, but this is something that I have been experimenting with, and we'll just have to wait and see. Now, when this may start to happen is from February 23rd all the way through March 6th, and maybe just a few days after that. So the possibility is highly likely that a major event can occur in these areas. So we'll wait and see. Now, I promised all of you I would go through the 12 signs and let you folks know how this solar eclipse is going to affect you based on where it is landing in your chart. Now, the chart, is divided into 12 areas, like a big pie. And each one of those pie pieces is a house, and each house rules certain areas of our lives. So as I go to explain this to you for the 12 signs, these are the areas where you may see an abrupt change. And this is nothing to be afraid of. I've had a lot of people tell me, oh my gosh, what's going to happen is something terrible. Not necessarily. And keep in mind that the universe always has good things in mind for us. And there are times where we can be pretty stubborn and not accept the fact that change needs to happen. And there's times where the universe says, okay, we're done here. We need to change this. And it can eclipse something else out of your life or bring something new into your life that maybe you have wanted. And that's why I'm saying keep these positive energies during this week. If there's something you want, this is your portal, this is your time to start bringing those positive things into you. So I'm going to start off with the first sign of the zodiac, and that will be Aries. So Aries, this eclipse is happening in your 12th house, the ruler of Pisces. This may change your status in some way. This could be your marital status, your job status, status with your friends. It can include a whole lot of different things. But what this means is new opportunities are coming your way in relationships, communications, things going on behind the scenes. So take things slow. Try not to make any major decisions during this week. Whatever you do, think them over first. If you feel it's a decision you do need to make this week, just don't jump right in. That's a typical Aries thing to do. Step back, breathe a little bit, and give it some thought. Now, Taurus. This is in your 11th house of friendships, new beginnings and communications. In work, business, you may see transformations in some sort of creative project that you've been working on, and also in romance. You may meet your soulmate this week. Never know. So if you are single and you're looking, this may be the week where you finally have a soulmate coming in. This is a good change. And again, don't jump into a relationship real quickly and think it's, God-given until you have thought it over and you get to know this person really well. For Taurians, we've got Venus getting ready to go retrograde on the 4th of March, so that's when we have to be very careful about any type of new relationships that we get into. Gemini, this is happening in your 10th house of status. New beginnings, especially with children, romance and work. This is opportunities for change with your partners. This is also an opportunity for change in your income, either in your partner's income or your own income. Partnerships, any type of new partnerships, new friends. Again, take it slow, try not to jump in, think twice. This is also going to affect your creative endeavors and could be profitable, very profitable, depending on whatever creative endeavors that you're currently working on. Cancer. Communication with people. This is in your 9th house. Communication with people at a distance especially. And this is in regards to your status and where your communications are regarding long distance communications. So this could transform a relationship that you currently have at work or with a partner. So be sure you're seeing your relationships clearly this coming week and speak clearly, communicate clearly, and of course think twice before you spit something out that you may regret later. Leo, this eclipse is happening in your 8th house. This is communication regarding your feelings, especially in your closest relationships. This could also mean a transformation in your work, your relationships with children or creative projects. You are looking to solidify any type of investments in work or with partnerships. You may see some of that happening this coming week. Okay, Virgo. This eclipse is happening in your 7th house of relationships. So you may have communications dealing with money. Keep it honest and be clear. Whatever is owed to you or what you owe someone else, you're going to see lots of communication in these areas this coming week. It could be something going on in the house or with your children. Hopefully you have learned your lesson in some of these areas in the past, because if you haven't, this eclipse could possibly bring some of those lessons back to you. So lots of communication regarding your finances this week. Libra. This eclipse is happening in your 6th house of work and health. Communications regarding your place of work. This could mean new beginnings to partner up in business or in your home. Whatever you do, don't ignore your health this week. Take up a healthier regime, and whatever you do, get your rest this week. You're going to need it. Scorpio. This eclipse is happening in your 5th house. You're going to receive communications or have communications regarding your children, creative projects, even romance. Behind the scenes, you may see lots of communication regarding your work or partnerships. This is going to be involving money and creative projects. So get out there, have some fun. That's what the 5th house is all about. Meet with friends and have meals together. This is a great week for you to get back together, get out of the house. 5th house is always a fun house, so this could actually be good for you this week. Sagittarius, this eclipse is happening in your 4th house of home and family. There could be some big transformations regarding your home or your work. New beginnings regarding your family and creative projects. This is all about better communications with family or finally solving communications regarding your home and your family this week. Capricorn, this is happening in your 3rd house. This is regarding communications according to your status at home and what is going on behind the scenes. Discuss openly your feelings, and whatever you do, be honest when you go to discuss your feelings this week. Aquarius, this is happening in your 2nd house. You may see new opportunities coming to you in your house of earned income. That's what this is. You may receive communications or have communications regarding teaching, writing, publishing. So whatever you do, get yourself out there this week. Listen to your intuition, especially. Financial opportunities is what it's about this week for Aquarius. And whatever you do, don't make any major decisions. take it slow when it comes to your finances this week. Pisces. This, of course, is happening in your first house of self. You will be feeling very emotional and spiritual this week. Opportunities with a partner and with other people's money will be coming up this week. You'll have very creative feelings, especially when it comes to heart-to-heart communications or one-on-one communications. So whatever you do, be honest and open to all these communications and, of course, any new ideas that may come to you this week. So that is your forecast for the 12 signs and this upcoming solar eclipse. Yes, the energies are going to get very intense at the at the end of this week. The 26th is D-Day for this solar eclipse. So while we're under this Piscean influence, definitely listen to your inner voice this week. Best advice I can give you. There's a lot of synchronicity happening this week, just like the 888s that I was just explaining to you. So watch for those synchronicities. You may see successions of numbers. You may see feathers showing up on the ground. You may see coins starting to show up. These are all messages from Spirit trying to guide you in the direction that you need to go to meet your spiritual path. So, on that note, very spiritual week. This is always a good thing. I want to wish all of you lots of love and light this week. Special prayers for the folks in California who are seeing lots of flooding this week and some really nasty, nasty weather. I wish all of you lots of love and light there in California. I hope that the clouds will soon dissipate and give you guys a break down there. All right, everybody. So glad you joined me today. And if you would like to have continued weekly updates, by all means hit subscribe right down below there, that lovely subscribe button. Like and share this video and get the message out there. I wish all of you lots of love and light. And of course, remember this week, that whatever you think, you create. Whatever you feel, you attract. Whatever you imagine, you can become. Be positive and many prayers. Namaste.